Oh, I am back. Oh, interesting thing. I have been very amateurly brewing mead over the last year, and I
IRL or
totally IRL, and I
Less
totally forgot
explosive than
about it.
distillery. Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely no. This was just like put honey in water bottle, sprinkle yeast, forget about it.
get a
Um,
bad.
yeah, and so it's like it's over a year old now, just over a year old now, which is way too long to be brewing mead, at least at
Actually,
this level.
depending on the
Yeah,
the
at the
kind of
stage of
mead,
complexity I'm doing,
you
it's too long.
you should
I
be
should
at
have gone to
around
like
6 months. 6 months
yeah,
is good. A 3 month is going to be a really musty, not very
It's not gonna
clarified
be
mead.
sweet anymore.
No.
yeah. Well, I just gave it a little try. Um, this is literally the first time I've tried it because I forgot about it hard, and it's not great, but it's potent.
It's not
You can always
great,
back
but it's
sweeten it
potent.
and thin it out a little.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah. I kind of feel like I made honey vinegar. Um,
Oh
Oh,
no.
I can still drink it,
It's probably good for your digestion and, probiotic. It's fine. It's
maybe.
fine.
Giuseppe
I
went from
mean,
making coffee to making mead. What have we come
mm,
to?
I look. The Giuseppe definitely could put together like a grappa distillery.
Phenomenal. Also, welcome back, everyone. We are ready to get started. It looks like everyone hasn't checked their little check boxes yet, but
Oop, there we
once
go.
everybody's here, we're at 4 of
Everybody back?
6. Everybody back! Let's
Ah,
go.
turn on the camera.
You're turning on your camera?
No,
Or.
I was talking to
No.
Kitten.
Ah,
Du-du-du.
we're
all
ready
right.
to go.
Referring to the yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Oh,
traversing, you have seen the fog. I think, and conductor is here. You were asking conductor to check the charts. So, conductor, if you would please, I'm going to have
I
you
rolled it.
make what's that?
Oh, a star map check.
Yes, make a star map check,
I
please.
did it. 21.
20. Oh, it offset it. I didn't realize that was it. 21. So, Syrup Village is going to be on the other side of this little storm system. You could plot a course that's going to go around it, but with your 21 and looking at the navigational charts and your star maps, you figure it's going to add at least another 4 days to the journey to go around this. So it would change it from 4 days to 8 to get to Syrup Village.
Hmm.
hmm.
So to go around it would be how many additional days?
4 additional days.
And how much can we realistically, once we've got everything up and running, um, how much can we realistically fish?
That's not a base number I could give you. It's based entirely off of checks. Some days, just by the checks being lower, might not be as good as others.
A good example of this though is like in on the heels of a storm, fish are incredibly hungry. So on their way the storm on its way to us, those fish will probably disappear because they don't want to be anywhere near that colder water or that um the noise, the percussion of the raindrops and stuff hitting the water surface. So afterwards, so they'll be literally hopping out of the water and into the boat. So we might
Hmm.
have a rough go of it of the next 24, 48 hours.
Hmm.
Would we know how far or what based off of the star map readings? Do we know how far along in our journey it would take for us to get through the storm? Would it just be like a rough 1-2 days, or would it be like the entirety of the journey for us to get through that storm?
It might be checks. We
Um,
don't know how big that storm is.
That's
yeah,
true.
you don't know how big the storm is, and I'm trying to think. I think of the people that are on the ship, the only ones with possibly explicit experience on being on a boat like this in any type of storm would be either you, Flynn, or Grace, I think, from backstory. So the two of you could make history checks if you want to try and remember uh,
Yeah,
what
I'm
a
gonna.
storm
I'm
like
willing
that
to give
was
that a
like.
shot. I
Yeah,
The odds aren't good, but the goods are odd, so let's see how it goes.
yep.
And a little quick.
Mhm.
Not much better. Huzzah!
So,
Slightly more
Grace,
experience.
you
Yes.
with a 10, a baseline 10. You remember being on a ship in a storm. You maybe weren't necessarily helping to do anything on the ship. I would say you remember that um, it was a lot more difficult to control the ship. They had more people running around pulling on rigging ropes and things like that, and there was a lot more involved in the sailing of the ship in the storm. Um, but with a 10, you don't know if it took any longer to get through it than it normally would have taken to traverse that distance, just because you weren't privy to that.
All right. And that being the case, to the helm. Let's go.
All right,
Yeah,
so
with
you're going to the helm. All right.
with my natural 2, I don't know Jack.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have, by the way, for every level of the ship, I'm going to have on this map one of the northern walls of the lower decks be a door so that you can like open it to traverse between the decks because currently there's not a way to do that in Fantasy Grounds. So just keep in mind when you look at the northernmost wall of each level, if you're trying to take your token between one floor and another, um, one of the walls is a door you can open so you can pass through into that floor. So Grace is on the deck of the ship. That is also where Ray is currently. He's at the star maps. Kitten, you're still you're finishing up um, picking up all of the scales and getting those put into your bag. As you see Grace, are you rushing up the stairs, or are you just making your way up there,
I
Grace?
somewhere between a rush and like just quickly walking, not like running, but quickly walking. I'm like, that looks more serious than I thought it did. I'm gonna go ahead and maneuver us out of the way from that storm.
Okay. So you're opting to go around. Do you want
Ideally.
so with the ship facing in a let's see. Let's say you're probably at the moment making your way back north. So would you try and take the ship eastward, out towards more open waters, or westward towards the coast? Again, this is also with the understanding you don't know how big the storm is, or if the storm reaches the coast itself, or if which what currently you
I'm
also
gonna
don't know which way it's going.
I'm going to lick my finger like a weirdo and put it up in the air. I want to perceive which direction the wind is currently going. I want to
Right.
see how that's affecting our ship because right now we've been gently moving along with the current and not really using our sails too much.
You've got your sails out. The wind is blowing from east to west.
It's coming in a northern. So the storm is headed south towards our boat. The wind is going from east and west. How fast is that storm approaching us? Or can I tell?
That's going to take some time to check. You don't know at the moment. You can figure that out by doing what I'm going to call an extended check. You're just
Okay.
going to make one perception roll now and one perception roll again. So you're 2 in a row, and over the course of in-game 30 minutes, your character's going to kind of try and figure that out. So go
Okay.
ahead and make 2 perception rolls for me, or 2 survivals. Either one doesn't matter.
Okay.
16 and 23. Okay.
I'm not too sure in the first one. Have a much better idea after the second one.
Mhm.
Clearly.
So
Do you need somebody else to lick your finger?
Are you offering?
I mean,
Giuseppe couldn't reach it probably.
That's probably true. I'd have to like bend
He'd,
down. It'd
he'd
just
have
be
to,
awkward for everybody
or
involved.
he could climb you.
I have so many questions.
yeah. Give
He
it
could
Giuseppe
fight
Arby's, a lick
Nibbles
of your
for the
finger. We
privilege
find
of
everything.
climbing me. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could just climb Cappuccino and then like use him as a stepping stone.
that's
Uh,
fair. Yes.
if the
Yeah.
moment is gone, let's keep going.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So
so-
you figure the storm is coming to you. If you go away from the wind, or you go against the wind, which would be going eastward, your
we
speed
would be
would.
going into the wind, like having it in the back of our sails, pushing us forward. So I would have pitched us west to take
So
advantage of the wind.
okay, so pitching west, you might be able to make it past where the storm is going to be coming south at you, with the risk of you don't know if the storm reaches the coast or not. Going east, you're sure the storm is going to be not going in that direction, but it's also slower. So you want to have the wind to your back. Okay.
We're gonna kite west, and then we'll kite north again once we've got a little bit more distance between us and the storm.
All right. So that's going to be like the majority of the day. This storm's just slowly encroaching upon you. Big, massive storm. It's not going to hit you today, but you're making your way west. So go ahead and make a roll for me, a ship or a water vehicles roll. What do you want? You can rename that to whatever you want. Piloting roll or something. Whatever makes sense to you. But make a roll for me. And I
Me?
would say no, Grace. And if
Okay.
you're assisting with the star maps, you don't have to roll anything.
Absolutely.
You would get advantage on the roll, Grace.
That's my water vehicle roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh wait, with advantage. My mistake. Little help there, and
Very good. Natural 20. So you are making your way west, making very good time. That's going to be, getting that course set and getting it locked in. There's probably someone from the village that has some experience that's able to take control of the helm for mundane piloting skills that you don't need to be there for. Or you could stay there to pilot yourself. The risk, the pros and cons being, if you let them do it, you can continue to do other things until a problem arises. The con being they're at the helm should a problem arise and you have to get there.
okay. So we've got somebody competent keeping an eye on things, um, on the helm. I don't mind staying stationary on the helm if
Yeah.
people want to just kind of rush to me, run up to me,
Honestly,
keep me
I
speed.
always thought that Ray was the helmsman. So, like, I mean, if you want to drive, that's cool. But
I
yeah,
don't do
Well,
much other than
navigator.
perform and maybe do some shit. I could always, help in a
which I think is
pinch as
necessary.
well.
Yeah.
The downside is, conductor, for you, you do have your star
Mhm.
mech rolls, which makes you a very good navigator, but you don't have the water vehicle skill. So you
Mhm.
don't have the appropriate skills to actually pilot the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Y-
you can
You're in the
navigate the
front seat with the
charts.
map. but not the
Okay.
driver's seat.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can learn that skill, and then you
Mm-hmm.
could just be the navigator or helmsman, and wrap that all up into one. There's nothing that I would say could stop you from learning it. You just don't have it at the moment.
Sure. I should.
Okay. So, comes to the draw of the day. Pretty much, nets have been for the most part sewn up, and they are throwing those off the back of the ship, kind of where Isabella is now, off of the side here, where the little trees are growing, and are basically netting out this way and this way as the ship moves, pulling up, giving some fish to Satomiko, and then gathering what they can. We've got pretty much 5 people on each side of the ship that are just throwing lines off and trying to fish as the boat travels. It is going a lot faster now, so eventually that whittles down into just having a couple people that are fishing directly off of the back, pretty much just coming off of here. It's been a fairly decent day. Food was given out. Burnin having better ingredients and better people. He's uh, cooking food and providing that for everybody. Your current meal stores have dropped by a full day. You had a day and a half of stored food products that could be eaten or cooked. Um, Everybody's gone through their day and eating. No one has specifically said that rationing was going to happen, so it didn't happen. It was discussed, I think, but no decision was made on it.
Uh,
We will start. I'll go ahead and notify the elders that we will start rationing tomorrow, since there's been the change in the course of our
Mhm.
travels due to that storm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Should we? How should we? Whatever we have to do, how should we ration them? 2 a day? Are we cutting one out? Was that the
We're
plan?
we're only going to cut out one. We are supplementing with fresh foods. We do have all of those barrels of pickled fish that you've been kind enough to share with us. We
Oh,
have the
Hendrik got
means.
the
We have.
pickled fish. Of course he did.
Yes, he did.
mm,
He's
Oh,
very excited to share those out with everybody. I'm sure they'll be amazing. Um, but yes, we're gonna try and keep ahead of the storm. We are heading a little bit off course. We're gonna add about 4 more days onto our travel time to get to Syrup Village. So hold
oh.
tight, stay fed, stay warm. If the storm is gonna hit us, we'll let you know.
Okay, all right. We'll do our best then. The day's winding down. We're gonna start telling everyone to get ready. We're gonna try to fish a little bit earlier in the morning. Start very early to try and
mm.
supplement. Uh, Vernon did try to have some forethought. Some of the non uh, uh, protein options were left aside so that we could try to hold those off for the rest of the trip. Um, Let us know if you need anything, darling. Okay? It's very.
We'll leave the whole boat in Vernon's capable hands with his materials. Clearly, he's got the skills to pay the bills. But worst case scenario, potatoes. Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. Or we could always have Isabella uh, make sure that everything tastes just right.
Oh, that would
I
be
did
nice.
have a
Hmm?
I did have a question on
Uh-huh.
prestidigitation. Can I make a good berry like an everlasting gobstopper, where it goes through the courses of meals?
Like the chewing gum.
This is
I
fascinating.
would say sure that it does not change anything. That's thematically appropriate I think from where you're from. Go for it. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Wait, where are you
Okay, so I'm
from? The
gonna.
Wonka factory?
You don't know yet. You're gonna have to ask questions.
Oompa
Yeah.
doompa
Yep.
Can we get a Wonka
doopity
drool?
doo.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do 10 more good berries, but
But do that.
when I hand them out, I will do the prestidigitation cantrip on them so that people get a really nice, flavorful feeling. Because sometimes it's not really, oh, my stomach's hungry.
Just
It's
be
a,
careful
my
of the
mouth
blueberry
is longing
pie.
for food
Give me
flavors.
just a moment there, Pink.
Beware of the
Yeah.
blueberry
Violet,
pie.
you're turning
Agreed.
violet.
Suddenly, there's a lot less room on the ship.
Oh dear.
Oompa,
Just roll.
loompa, doopa dee doo. I've got
Mm.
another puzzle for you. Sorry.
Mm-mm. No, well added. There's a lot of different three-course meals too. So like, could you make them taste like a pasta course?
I'm
Almost
sure I
certainly.
could. That's where I was going with, was to get the limitations of the spell,
Mm.
because they definitely, I don't think, anticipated that.
Just give somebody a pesto berry. Watch their eyes open. Mm.
Ugh, I'm not a fan of pesto.
That's okay. Everybody's allowed to be wrong.
Oompa loompa doopity doo. I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doopity dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. Gum chewing's fine when it's once in a while. If it stops you from smoking and brightens your smile. But it's repulsive, revolting, and wrong. Chewing and chewing all day long, the way that a cow does. Oompa, loompa, doopy dee da. Given good manners, you will go far.
Grace,
Did
I'm
you
getting a
remember
childhood
those
Oh,
flashback
lyrics, or
right
did you
now.
look
absolutely.
them
I
up?
absolutely looked them
And
up.
happiness too, like
Mm.
the Oompa
Ba,
Loompa
loompa,
Doopa
doopy
Dee
dee
Doo.
doo. Yep.
This has been delightful.
If you get some bardic inspiration on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't get like dinged on our stream for singing the
Ah,
Oompa Loompa song.
Sorry. I'm
Wah
sorry.
wah.
Cop-
I think I
copyright
started it
infringement.
first. Do do
Copyright
who would
do.
have the
infringement.
copyright on that? It
I
And I mean, you
don't.
feels
can't.
like
I don't think you can get DMCA'd for singing a song without having the actual copyrighted song playing. Fair
That's fair.
use, man.
You'd be
well, actually,
surprised.
yeah, because you're not because
If
there's
you're not
there's what
using
like
any
a
of the music
10%
of it.
change kind of rule. So like because people do
Yeah,
covers all the time, and a lot of those covers get monetized.
Yep.
But
yeah.
that's literally copying the song. So
I will not be monetizing my terrible singing. Thank
No.
you. There you
yeah,
go.
you're gonna get us
Yeah.
demonetized.
I will not be monetizing
We
my
weren't
terrible
monet-
singing.
we weren't monetized to begin with, but now they're gonna take money.
Welcome to the shenanigans that happen behind the scenes when the DM, aka the cat, is away.
Mm-mm. No daddy,
Mm.
no rules.
No daddy, no rules. Jesus, Murphy.
Yeah, you can tell who I was hanging around with once in a while.
Wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Well, hopefully, I have a couple more good rolls in me today so we can get through
Mm,
this, storm
I'm back.
situation safely.
mm. Oh, it
Mhm.
occurs to me, coffee is an appetite suppressant. So if I simply provided the entire ship with enough espresso that they're not hungry anymore, then we could ration easier.
Please don't give
Perhaps.
children espresso.
Why
Or
not?
puppies.
You put a little
It's good
latte
for
in there,
them.
it's fine. I would drink a coffee since I was 2 years old, and look at me now. I'm the tallest in my family.
For a dwarf, that's pretty impressive.
Turns out gnomes are supposed to be the same height as everyone else. They just drink too much coffee.
All right,
You have
so
to find the one gnome that's actually normal human size, but never discovered coffee.
what's coffee? So
Oh,
it's getting towards the end of the evening. It's getting dark out. The course is plotted. You've got somebody that's going to be able to take over traveling for the evening, or you can stop the boat.
Take over. We're gonna keep headed in the direction. I do not want that storm to get us.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
We don't have the means to manage the boat properly in that time.
So what I'll do here is I'm going to pull everybody downstairs. You guys
Oh,
can
I don't have the
decide
map
where
up,
you
by the
are.
way. I
Okay.
I can never remember where the map is in here if you have to, like,
Click
You
on
click
your
what
or
character token.
Oh,
on
why do I keep forgetting that?
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, my bad.
So I'm just kind of pulling people down below. You all are kind of like getting ready to like figure out what you're doing for the evening. Um,
Uh, Giuseppe, I think, is gonna invest some time into making that makeshift sewing machine to help the tailors and seamsters,
okay.
and just in case, like, maybe make it more permanent later, in case it seems like something that would be handy.
Hmm.
So if you're all down here, it's been a long day. Um, you're probably winding down. Do any of you want to do anything before we skip to the next day?
I say that we should have a quick team meeting in regards to Magellan and what we should be doing with him.
Mm.
We could always wrap him up in a rope and toss him over the side and drag him behind us.
That
As
work?
lovely. I'm sorry, go
Too,
ahead.
too far?
Don't we have a brig?
I do believe so.
And do we have any sea stone? Because I would
He's
like to
got
put that I would
cups.
like to put that at the end of a stick and just poke him with it periodically.
He's wearing sea prism cuffs, so he's
Okay.
Mm.
He is managed well.
As long as we are sure.
I
Yeah,
think
That,
our
that means
biggest
that means he
concern,
can't do shit. Okay, yes.
yes, he
Yeah.
cannot do anything. He's basically just a teardrop shaped blob of jelly.
Mhm.
Our biggest concern will be having somebody make sure he doesn't get uh offed in the night by the angry villagers that are on the boat.
Mhm.
I'll keep
I would like to
watch.
question him a bit.
Mm.
I think that's a good idea. We can find out more about this
I think we should
mysterious
do
Admiral
that.
Garp character and find out
Mhm.
more information. Like, what was he there
Find
for? What
out
did he steal?
exactly.
Yes.
What was his motivations for poisoning the island?
Mhm. I think that I'm surprised at the conversation we haven't already had.
No
We
one
literally
mentioned
just
it, so
ran off the island that was exploding, got on the boat, and here we are. So
Fair enough.
there just has not been time. But now we're in that moment where we have a breath. We've gotten through our first day. I think
Mhm.
we're all on the same page. We should go question Magellan and find out what he was doing, what he was looking for, and what his purpose was. Why poisoning
Should
all of those
we
people?
should we bring the any of the villagers with us?
We could probably bring, I would suggest, like, the
Vernon?
elders. Mm,
Yeah.
Burnin. Burnin was cooking. Durnan is the original
Oh,
Baki.
okay.
Okay, so I guess I should ask a follow-up question. Would it really be beneficial for all of us to go at once in order to get this information? Or do you think that we
no.
should kind of do this in waves and then like kind of do good cop, bad cop, and then,
Mm.
if he gets past bad cop, then coup de grace.
I yeah,
I can be very persuasive.
I like the coup
Um,
de grace just
Yes.
automatically means we let Grace shoot him.
And I
I
That
think with
is
the
I've got to say
waves of people, it'll wear him down.
that is going to be an excellent professional pirate name
mm.
mhm. Yes.
nickname.
Yep.
Coup de grace.
Also, I think that gives us some interesting RP opportunities, pairing up and good cop,
Mhm.
bad copping. I pity whoever gets Giuseppe as the partner, but I dig that.
I agree. I think this is a good opportunity. So maybe we should do straws and then pick who goes first. Or I volunteer to go last because I am the last resort, quite literally. And I also
Yeah.
need to be available if I have to run up and manage the boat.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's
I
why
will
we.
volunteer to go. I will volunteer to go last with Grace
Okay.
as her good cop, since I also would like to be up there navigating.
Okay. I'll be going second because I can be a pretty good bad cop, and I'll just wail on him because he won't be able to hit back anyway. But the primary thing would be, of
I think
course, like
anyone who can cast
enforcing.
charm would be a great good
So
cop.
I can go first.
I'll go with them.
Okay.
Okay. So me and Kitten.
Where is he
Honestly,
on the
I
ship?
really think that what's his name?
Below decks, most likely.
Uh, I really think that um, that Vibe's character, whose name I can for some
Simon.
whose name I can never remember, is since he can do charm person presumably.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I've got no charming.
You're
Oh,
not one of those bards.
No, I'm not that kind of bard.
okay. I was gonna say because that would be like a super helpful good cop.
Yeah, I could do like
Oh yeah.
cutting words. I can fucking bad cop him. I can shit talk him like no one else. But
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Or
a
play Wonderwall.
man from the Appalachians and his
or play
banjo should.
Wonderwall.
but I think
I can
Torture.
endlessly
Not the
play Cotton
Wonderwall
Eye
now.
Joe. I could endlessly play Cotton Eye Joe.
ask him for requests, and then just play Wonderwall no matter what he asks. Or
He's played it 5
Free-
times now.
No, 10 Wonder Walls and a free bird, followed by 10 more Wonder Walls.
And then you hit him with one Stairway to Heaven right at the end. Like this never ends.
no, the stairway to heaven happens when it's Grace's turn.
Yeah.
I
no,
think
that's
that's
the
And
how
highway
we
to
My,
hell. Get it right.
my favorite
Okay.
song. Oh,
Ba-na-na.
Jesus.
That's
I
my favorite
can
song, just FYI.
I can prep some charm spells, but it would have to be after the long rest.
Fair enough.
We have charm spells as a druid.
Well, I'm going to say
Yeah,
this
I didn't
evening
realize that.
we withhold his evening meal and
It's good berry.
yes, his good berry.
Ah,
So that way he is more talkative and amicable in the morning.
that just FYI, that might go completely the opposite to the way I was gonna good cop or bad cop him, which was to
Oh,
just
that's
force feed
true. We
him.
could do charm person. I had
Ah,
no idea.
in the
I was
morning.
gonna
That
go
was
like
I
hard
thought that was an arcane one.
Hmm.
Okay,
Just
so
ramming pickled herring down his throat.
yeah.
It's
Why
just
you not eat?
So I
You not
don't
finish your plate, manja? No more. No,
I
up
don't
and up,
see
up and
him
up.
on the map.
Stroke his
Oh,
throat as he's eating.
one of
You
our
might like it.
watchers made a good suggestion. Does anyone have the cantrip or spell for mind reading?
uh,
There's no cantrip for mind reading.
Okay. I'm non-magical. I go pew pew or stab. Those are my skills.
Mind reading feels like it would be very much a higher level spell than we can do. Right.
it
Wiggle
might
your
not be
fingers, wizard
hard
shit.
at cantrip level. It probably wouldn't be a hard mind reading if
Mhm.
Yeah.
it exists, but it
It's like
might be
surface
like
level
just a cold
emotions.
reading.
Mhm.
like a Diana Troy level kind of thing. You know, like yeah, they
Mm.
feel funny.
So I'm gonna also haul up a bucket of seawater when I
He's got the
before I go
got the
down.
cuffs on, which
Oh,
is
are
Yes, but I
we?
can still splash him with
yes, you
seawater
can.
just to.
So, Grace, not Grace. Kitten, we're going first, yeah.
I just don't see where he is on the ship to drag my character there.
Oh, you've got to exit out the northern door that's up here that I've got opened on the floor that you're on, and then you come down here to the lowest level of the ship and enter this door that I've opened for you.
The lowest level of the ship.
Yeah, just exit the ship wherever the wall is not. I don't know. Wherever
Yeah.
you're able to see through on the floor you're on, go out.
Okay.
It's kind of
Up near the 2 red barrels.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you go in through the one that's down here.
Okay. Hey, cappuccino.
We meet again, Smallhead.
My head's not small. It's the same as
Oh.
yours.
But do you see the size of your chest versus your head? It looks a little weird. I'm so sorry.
Mm.
Yeah, it looks
What
like
do
the
you
two people
want?
built you at the same time and they're not talking to each other.
There's nothing I haven't heard before, little man. What do you want? This is pointless. When the Marines found you taking me captive, we wanted, and you'll never be free.
Oh, don't worry, I'm always wanted. So, I'm just a little confused why you would just pick this poor, defenseless little island and harass them so much. Why were you there?
Why should I tell you?
I mean, you like it to eat?
Because you're not gonna like me if you don't tell me the things that I want.
I don't like any of you anyway.
No, you like me. It's okay.
So go ahead and try and make a it'd be very high, but you can try and make a persuasion roll if you're trying to get information out of him. See,
Can I lean into whatever part of Isabella I can reach and just be like, hey, psst, psst. I'm gonna know if we have a plan. What's the plan? What do you do?
We're gonna get information, and if he doesn't tell me, then tomorrow I'm gonna use drown on him, fill his lungs with fucking seawater.
Ah, okay. So I'm the good cop then.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Technically speaking, you're both supposed to be good cops, but
let's good cops today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta wait till tomorrow for any sort of charm thing. I have drown on me right now.
It just fills up the cell with seawater.
Oh no, it fills up his
Oh,
lungs with
jeez.
seawater.
It's like
personal
extreme
drowning.
pneumonia.
It's like water torture.
Yes.
Grace,
Like
she's stealing your
waterboarding.
move. She's stealing
I've
the
never
cookie.
drowned anybody before, so that is not my move.
We
No,
might have
she's
to go
stealing your
with
cookie, Grace. That's what I'm talking
Kuda is
Well,
now.
Isabella may go with Grace. So.
This got nightmarish real fast.
Very. A little bit murder hobo-y. It's fine. We'll just move on. Okay.
I would like to just in the moment quickly summon Cappuccino over just so I can make myself a coffee in front of the prisoner.
Oh yeah.
Can you touch him a little bit with cappuccino so he burns him?
Like, yeah, okay. Cappuccino, lean this away. Put him in the middle of this. I don't know
Like
if I can
where?
fit, like, in that
Scalding
spot.
him with the steam
Yeah.
as you froth
Yeah.
some milk. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Like little burns.
I don't think
Little
I can fit
burns.
any part of Cappuccino through the bar. Wait, no, he's not in a cage, is he?
He's not in
He's on the
bars. You
floor.
guys don't actually have a
Yeah.
brig. You've just got this big open area where he's just kind of chained to the wall by one of the water barrels.
Right. Okay, in which case,
Mhm.
Cappuccino, just to lean it this way a little bit and just let some of the hot water at the top just spill out onto him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. Targeting. Hold on. So it's technically that's his like the hot cappuccino is his flamethrower attack. So give me a second.
Yeah, so what?
Can we do a... Oh, thank God.
Wait, when did he heal?
When you guys all slept.
Oh,
Mhm.
son of a. Okay.
He's a devil fruit. I assume that they kind of like auto heal, right?
We're sturdy.
Yeah,
Right.
people heal when you sleep, and this is the end of the like all the bad stuff happened yesterday, and you slept last
Right.
night, and then you went through today, and now it's the end of this day.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay.
I could make it more like anime, and I could make it so that heals require checks, and then he would remain injured to the extent of however people leave him.
We can always bring his hit points back down. It's not a stress.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Eat, you want a coffee as well? Make a second one?
Hmm. Sure.
Okay.
I would love that. Thank you.
I reach up and hand her the espresso that I've made, and then I gotta make a second one.
Okay.
I'm gonna pinky up sip on it while I
Yeah.
stare him directly in the eyes like a staring contest, trying not to blink and just being like, it would be a shame if someone conjured some spiders and they crawled all over you all night long.
Mm. And I
Well,
can
I'm
drink the
never
coffee
sleeping
all
again.
night.
Listen, little girl.
Hmm.
I am one of the higher in command at the largest prison for people like you. I'm not scared by your tactics.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sure, you can do your worst.
I can drink a coffee
I'll
all
tell
night.
you
You don't
nothing.
understand.
I won't be betraying the Marines or the government. You'll be hunted down. Your best bet is just to drop me off and cut ties and hope that I forget what you look like.
So, if you are in league with the government and the Marines, then you would obviously be underneath the impression that what you're doing is good. So, why would you not tell people what you're doing if it's good?
Why would I tell a criminal my orders? Is that what you're asking?
Hmm.
No.
You don't know
I
that
think
we're
the question
criminals.
answers itself. You're all
Mm.
going to be deemed criminals the moment you throw that flag. Every person on this ship will be treated like a pirate, and at best, taken to prison, and at worst, hung from a gallows, as an example. So enjoy
So
your
you're
Mm.
time.
saying, so it's, let me just, you say, at best the case, we go to jail. At worst the case, we die. So jail's not a very good, death's are bad. So at this point, we could just do whatever, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we're already too far. We're too far gone. We may as well do the worst.
You think
YOLO.
jail?
Yeah.
I prepare to make another espresso. I'm
Okay.
not doing it yet. I'm just like getting
Make
ready.
make the
Tampering down the items.
sound whenever you're actually wanting me to click the dice.
Yep, absolutely.
Like,
Like I said
yes,
before, I can
you're
drink a
all
coffee all
pirates.
night.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Enjoy your
Oh,
coffee.
I am not a pirate.
Oh, you're a member of this crew. You have a flag flying from your ship. That in and of itself is the breaking of the law, the declaration that you are a pirate.
Now that's
Is
just the
it
laundry
really
hanging on the
hard for you
line.
to understand? I mean, I understand your head is small, but you have to grasp that some people on this ship are not pirates.
uh,
Like, maybe you should massage your head a little bit, get some more stimulation towards your brain.
mm. Also, wait, real quick, do we have a flag?
Yes.
Yes, y'all
I
have a flag.
designed it like day one. It's the one with
You right?
nibbles
I
with the
remember it now.
crossbones. Yeah.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
the SS Macchiato, which is the name of our ship, because we bring
It-
coffee wherever we go.
yeah. All right.
Mm. We have more coffee stored below decks than we have drinking water, for context.
Kind of, well, it's kind of one of the problems of the scenario, isn't it? That you can't have too much coffee.
No.
Hmm.
I'd rather have a cup of
Can
coffee and a good berry than, The alternative.
That's the diet of the of this crew.
Can Biscuit come down and start nibbling on him a little bit?
I ship
Can?
this.
Mm, maybe he needs a different motivation.
He doesn't need all his fingers and toes.
Mm-mm.
And it's really hard to walk if you don't have your toes for balance.
I feel like they're
Can
taking my mojo.
can I do can I do a little bit of an assessment of this guy to see if there's something about him that I could potentially like we could potentially use?
Like what?
Well, like I don't know, like maybe noticing he's from a particular area or he has uh you know an enthusiasm for something, so kind of a general look at him, see if I can notice anything stand out that we could use as a lure or incentive or something. I realize I'm being incredibly vague, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you'd ask for. He like leans forward. And listen, I am in cuffs. I can't do anything. You have a few options. You can drop me off somewhere and leave, be on the run, and hope that the government never finds you. You can torture me, but if I live, that's going to be that much more that's going to be coming after you. If you kill me, maybe they won't find me. Maybe they will. Again, even worse for you. Or you
now that
can
sounded
turn
like a cry for
yourselves
help.
in and then spend some time in a jail. Maybe be released. Maybe be put to death. That's not for me to decide. But you watch that little plop of dirt, I'm sure, get wasted away from what I've heard between the creaking of the boards, the people talking above me. If that concerned you, then I need you to really think about the things you believe that you're willing to do. Because if that concerned you, if that scared you, then continuing down this little farce is not going to be in your best interest. Because if those above me are willing to waste that on a little island, then imagine what they would do to you.
Oh, he kept going with the speech.
He went, "Ugh," and then
He went, eh.
and then he finished.
Oh.
I had enough. This is one book of
Threats alone
bullshit.
are weapons of the threatened man, you know.
What'd you say?
I said threats alone are weapons of a threatened man.
Mm.
But, what I heard was blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to be scary, big guy. But big guy just admitted he's always underneath people. That means we're in power, in charge.
Also, Bella, I don't know if you noticed, he basically told us to kill him. He said that's probably the best the chance we have. That's what it sounded like
It
to
did
me.
sound like that. I didn't realize he was suicidal when we picked him up.
Mm-hmm. That sounded like a cry for help. Do you need the help, a
It
big man, small
does.
head?
He just looks at you and remains quiet.
Did your mom not love you enough?
Flint
Do we
just
need to
shuffling
get you a
in.
shrink?
At this point, Flynn's come down because he was wondering like what was going on. He heard a lot of steaming He was like,
You want a cafe, Flynn?
no,
I've
no,
clearly
I'm
got a
good at the
fresh coffee
moment.
made, so oh, okay, I drink this one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Bella, maybe we give everybody else a turn at this. My
I
stomach's starting to get a
guess.
funny from all this coffee.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to sleep anyways. So yeah, we'll give the next go around of people their chance to go around.
Yeah.
But if Biscuit could stay down here, and anytime if there's a lull in people, he can, make sure that Vice Captain Magellan stays awake. Because I would like him to not be able to sleep. No more heals.
No comfort.
No more lucid thinking. He's gonna get tired, and that's what breaks people down. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
I just
I guess I'll stay
I
here
want to
just for
point
you.
out I may be known as coup de grace, but I am nowhere near as terrifying as Isabella. That woman
Agreed.
knows how to murder at hand. Just I'll just mercifully end you. She's gonna make it last. Sweet Jesus. Okay.
And she's supposed to be the good cop?
Mmm.
Maybe I
I
seen it
never said
first.
I was good cop.
Yeah, they never made that.
It was supposed to be good cop, bad cop, coup de
I
grace.
was the good
No,
cop.
bad cop, worst cop.
I was the good cop.
Now I gotta
Bad
out.
cop, worst
Yeah.
cop, coup de grace.
We had
Now
the
I gotta
Bad
bad
But
cop,
cop and the
incompetent
good
cop.
cappuccino.
now I gotta outdo
Right.
Isabella and Giuseppe. What the hell?
Yeah, good luck. But after my long rest, I can do my charm people type thing.
Nice.
So
And your Drowner thing.
Mm-hmm.
no, I could do my drown thing right now.
Yeah, we could always
I
do a
just don't
drown
know how
thing.
many hit points he has. No, like legitimate. This spell, if you scroll up, fills his lungs with salt water.
Mm-hmm.
Is good stuff.
Yeah. We are angry people.
Phenomenal.
Go on, ask away.
All right,
I do believe
Magellan.
it's Flynn and Simon this time.
Yeah, Magellan. How you doing, you fat old prick?
Hold, hold on one second.
Just come right out of the gate with schoolyard shit. Mm.
Okay. So you said what?
I said, "Hey, Magellan, how's it going, you fat old prick?"
Uh, another another few moments of witty banter. What is it do you want?
Well, couple of things. First, how's that not needing a plan to beat us going for you?
Oh, yes, underestimated. You were.
Yeah. So the village elders also mentioned something about you being here with another person roughly about the same size as you. Well, by here I mean at that island. You know,
Mm,
before the Buster call.
mm,
Yeah.
mhm,
So who was it that you were there with?
mm. Who was I there? Why should I tell you?
Why should you tell me? Well, short answer, you don't really have much of a choice.
No, absolutely I do. I don't have to tell you anything. Let me ask a better question, since you are inexperienced with having prisoners. You see, what's the incentive?
The incentive. Let's see. How much
There
do
is
you
none.
value? How much do you value your life? How much do
No,
you
no,
value?
no. You can't start at the top. You have to work your way there. Who taught you anything?
I
Listen,
don't. I'm
to
not negotiating.
incentivize. Oh, there's your problem. You're not negotiating. Prisoners want things. Prisoners don't tell you truthful answers at the fear of injury or death. Prisoners
Oh, so
tell you what they think you want to hear. You incentivize. What
oh,
what reason would I have to say anything to you? You have to offer things to get things. Even with prisoners, it's a transaction.
you want your freedom, don't you?
It doesn't everyone. But you're not going to offer me that. So what's my incentive?
Well, maybe that could be an offer that's on the table, depending on if you give me every bit of information that I ask about and not try to hold anything back.
He's not going to tell you the truth. I mutter from the back.
Yeah, you're right. He's just gonna lie about everything.
No, I'm not a pirate. I don't lie.
Of course not. You're a government worker. Worse.
Yeah, they lie all the time. How long have you worked for the world government, by the way?
Long enough.
Hmm.
Classic boot.
Hey, I think he's gonna get just like a little bit closer. He's gonna go. You want to cut a deal? We can cut a deal. However, you have to make sure that you give us every bit of information that we're looking for, and it has to be factual information. If you give us any red herrings, wild goose chases, just flat out BS, there will be no quarter.
Mm. Tell you what. How about you go and talk with your people? Figure out, I don't know, 10 questions. I'll allow some sub questions if I decide to answer them. You figure out what you want, and then you come to me. You tell me what you want, and I'll think about what I require to give you what you
It doesn't,
need.
sorry, but that doesn't work like that because that would include you withholding information. So I'm gonna
I didn't
ask
say
if
I
you
would
want.
withhold anything. I said you figure out what you actually want to ask. A set list of questions. And then you let me know what they are. I'll decide if I'm even going to take your little offer and what I require to give that up to you. If you ask me things that I cannot or will not tell you, I'll be very upfront and tell you that you get nothing. But at the moment, the best you'll get from me is the offer to hear what you want to know. That's it.
If the best offer that you can give us is to at least hear the questions, then from there, the best offer that I can give is that we will discuss also what we would do after these questions are asked. But I will gather this list of 10 questions and then we'll go from there. Give me about,
Take your time. Come to me
oh,
in the morning. I'm
oh,
going to get some rest.
enjoy
Don't
it.
worry about being quiet. I'm used to the screams of Impel Down.
No, right.
He closes his eyes.
You know,
This
Simon,
kid,
now would be a good time to be playing that Wonderwall over and over and over again.
Biscuit can start nibbling on the toes.
He probably doesn't taste very good.
Probably not.
Probably kind of poisonous, in fact.
So Flynn decides to go up to. Wait, no.
Okay, hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna make this easier. I'm gonna leave the rooms up top with their things there. I'll
Mhm.
just remove those down here.
I was
And
about
you
to
can
say
just
I
go up. So
couldn't see.
yeah, this set of okay, hold on. These two sets of stairs are connected. Let me draw a permanent area. These two sets are connected.
Yep.
And
Okay.
then this comes out here. I don't like that one.
Oh, is that bigger one a spiral staircase kind of?
I don't think you did that. Okay. Is what a spiral? Where?
The bigger staircase that you're pointing at.
No.
No?
So this set right here, you enter it from this direction, and you come up from this direction up here.
Ah, okay.
But I'm gonna put this
Ah,
arrow
okay.
in the
Ah, I
way.
didn't see those ones there. Yeah, I see it.
Ah, no, that's handy.
I'm just gonna do it like this, so I'm not drawing a line all the way across the map.
Yep.
Eh.
Um, yeah, there's definitely needs to be a brief meeting, but I have no faith that he is going to give us any information that will be useful to us.
I don't either.
And we can he's going to get away, I just know that, but we cannot offer him anything because he basically is straight up said to Isabella, there's nothing. Once we let him go, we're kind of fucked.
Well, I
Personally
mean,
speaking,
I will
Not
say, the
not
One Piece
fucked.
world, getting bounties is no big thing for pirates.
Yeah. But like we kicked the ass of the Warden of Impel Down. That's kind of something significant. But like what he said, once we let him go, we are immediately near the top of the list kind of shit. Now,
so
whether we can hold our own is one thing, but like optimally, we don't want that. We would ideally like to kind of go under radars.
So we actually have more leverage than you realize. We are on a boat with 63 individuals, 64 if we count the dragon, individuals that don't know Magellan's involvement with poisoning everybody on the island. We can like make his life miserable by leaving him
But that's
behind
not
in Syrup Town with those individuals. Two,
yes.
we could notify the press of the world that Magellan was sent to murder us, a
The,
whole town of innocent people with
this is
63
a
backups.
government worker working on behalf of the government. Don't you think they've done this before?
Well,
That's
there's
not a
still free press.
thing.
Are you saying
No,
exposure of
there
this
isn't.
behavior wouldn't do anything at all?
There's
Like
the
bad
illusion of
press?
free press.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, this is kind of pushing against the illusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as when we report on criminal activity. Like, I mean, some people consider certain world leaders to be actual war criminals, and they talk about it, and it has an effect on how people treat them. But
Yeah,
they're still
we
independent
don't
from
know
power.
this, but they've obliterated whole islands before just to cover up information.
Mhm.
Sure. I don't think it's useless. I, I think you're pointing out that it's not going to have some sort of like world-changing effect.
And
No.
lastly, we have
Yeah.
the quality of his life as long as he's living. That could be
Yeah.
the sound of harmonica playing Wonderball 24/7. That could be his lungs being filled incessantly over and over again in and out with seawater. There is me literally putting him in like with his shackles in ropes, dropping him off the side and towing him behind just above water so his
Ye-
head's, barely
He had
if
already admitted as much that we cannot force truth from him. We can only force what we want him to say from him. That is the fault of torture.
Mhm.
Ah, I see the angle you're taking now. Okay.
All right, guys, here's the deal. He also straight up said that for a bargaining chip, we can get a list of questions to ask. And if he can't answer it, then he will straight up say that that's something that he can't answer.
Hmm.
Now, if there's too many questions that happen to do that, I say we off him.
Throw
Like
him overboard.
I know it's probably a terrible idea, and like kicking him overboard or like even trying to keep him in our, possession, because like I'm gonna keep the transponder stealing regardless, and then like
Right.
leaving him stranded on an island. But I mean, let's face it, Garp was getting ready to blow up the island without knowing whether or not he was okay.
he
Right.
was as expendable as everyone else that was there.
Yeah. Government.
So
Big government shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but with
so
no
I
personal sense of safety and that like zealot level kind of shit.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So
Well, let's put together our list of questions. I came up with 3. Who sent you to the island for further clarification? What did you find? And on the island that you were sent to search for, that was sent back to Admiral Garp, whoever he is. And then, did the government authorize the genocide of the people on that island? I want to know that information because I think the people have a right to know.
Mm.
agreed.
Agreed.
Any other questions?
I can come up with more.
What is his full name?
Yes.
Full real name?
What are you gonna do? Write it in a book?
I don't know.
That's for me to know.
Something witchy this way comes. All
Isabella's gonna write his name in the death note.
right. What is your favorite color? No?
No pink.
Too self.
And so, if it doesn't work, I was going to use Charm of Great Fondness after my long rest, um, which makes him think that he's like in love with me or whatever.
Ah.
Do you
But it
really?
doesn't say in here that I won't allow others to injure him, because that was the other charm spell that I had, but that obviously won't work with torture.
Hmm.
We're not going to get
And
anything
then,
worthwhile from torture
well,
or threat of death because
he
threat of death gives him no incentive, like you said.
right, but he also was leading the men that hurt my fur babies.
Yeah,
I
you can
also have.
absolutely do what you want, but I don't.
Mhm,
If there's an end goal of getting anything from him by
mhm.
doing so is pointless. But if it's just purely for your gratification, yeah, then whatever.
Wait, I just came up with an even better idea. We could make him work for us.
No.
No, God,
Doubt.
how would we
Hear
do
me
that?
out.
X to doubt.
Hear me out. Hear me
Okay.
out. I'm not saying he's gonna be buddy buddy with us, but making him swab the deck, making him clean the heads, Sounds like something that would be pretty doable.
He is a devil fruit individual, and
Yeah.
he is wrapped in sea prism stone. We, while he's in such a severely weakened state. He is useless physically for anything
Mhm.
at all.
Yeah.
If he can even answer our questions is a miracle in and of itself almost. I mean, based on what we've seen so far, but he is basically a puddle of goo. We can't get him to do any hard labor, and I am not taking off those cuffs.
Oh,
I
no,
wouldn't
absolutely not.
trust him with hard labor anyway. Like on a ship, that hard labor means getting to somewhere where it's likely
Yeah,
to
who's to say he's
he
not
could do
gonna
damage.
sabotage, damage,
Yeah.
whatever?
Look,
No,
look,
he's.
I'm trying not to come off as a murder hobo, okay?
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, for sure. I'm not suggesting we straight up kill him. I'm just under the very I am stuck in my opinion that first of all, he's a higher ranking government worker. He knows full well what his options are in this scenario. And his options are definitely favorable for him.
Are you
It's
saying he's
death,
being
which
real
isn't
with us? He's not bullshitting, like he's just
what he
being
has
hard on
said
you?
so far about what he is capable of doing
Uh-huh.
is truthful. He's in a position where we can threaten his life. That gives him no incentive to give us what we want. We
Right.
can let him go. We can offer to let him go, but again, that gives him no incentive. You never give the villain what they want because then once they have it, they have no incentive to keep their word.
Right. So we
There's
have no
there's
incentive
no
to
win
bribe
here.
him, no
We
incentive to
he
harm
is
him. We're
completely
stuck.
useless to us.
So then
Other than the
Flynn's
fact
right.
that we
We should
have
just
removed
off
him
him.
from the board of hurting other people. That is the
Yeah.
only thing we get out of this.
So Flynn's right then. We should just off him, be done with it, and move on with our journey without having a potential saboteur sitting in the boat.
I mean, I'm very pro elimination of corrupt government workers,
Yeah,
but
but then
that's a my stance thing.
yeah,
Okay.
but then
Unless somebody
also
can. Oh, go on.
okay. But the problem lies with that is that either we're gonna have to keep him on the ship and then that's gonna stink, or we throw him overboard and then his body could potentially be discovered.
Yeah, he'll drown. He's once he's in the water, he's just a human.
He's literally gonna sink to the bottom because that's
And
what
he's gonna
happens.
sink. He's
I
got
man,
no underwater breathing abilities, no magic he can cast. We strip him naked. If he's got the cuffs on, even better so, because then he doesn't even have an opportunity to do something.
To have like a plot armor moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pivotal character for the main story. I don't know if this is going to maintain fairly canon with it, or if this is our own unique alternate reality of it. But we're at a
The fact that he's left Impel down says that
You
this is a bubble
Yeah,
universe for us.
you
Alice, I
this
imagine we
so
have our own
this is
version.
you're playing in the One Piece world that's slightly changed. Obviously, like the
okay.
Celestials are Fae, the Fae courts. The
Yeah.
four
Right.
Fae courts are Celestials. Um, and this is as far as the story goes. This is the One Piece world where everything up to the beginning, everything up to Roger's death is the same. This is a One Piece world
Anything
where
after is not
Luffy
could
is never
potentially
born.
not.
This is a One Piece
Okay.
world where Luffy is never born.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
this world.
it's not
So we can,
exact
in
One
fact,
Piece. It's
change
variant.
events. So we could
Yeah, yeah, of course.
100% fuck this guy, blow his brains out, and throw him overboard.
Simon,
No problem.
Valis established that at the beginning. I thought that like this isn't exactly One Piece. It is
Okay.
based very heavily on One Piece, but
Hmm.
yeah,
We could
yeah,
absolutely change events. Okay.
this is our
I
universe.
don't remember that, but okay.
Mm.
So
yeah,
he
I was
doesn't
gonna say,
have plot armor then.
I'm about to say he's a bit on the lower end of the scale, being a vice captain.
Mm.
Like he's still
Yeah.
up there, but he's still
Oh
a
yeah,
bit on the
yeah.
lower
He's
scale.
got power. He's got sway. But
He's
yeah,
a named
no.
NPC.
Yeah.
Like Smoker. This is like early Smoker, pretty
Mhm.
much.
I don't know. Smoker is. I'd find Smoker a lot more scary because he's
And
like
attractive.
yes,
Oh my goodness.
What does Smoker
that is
look like?
part of really muscular, ruggedly handsome, older white-haired dude. Smokes a lot. He has his devil fruit is the logia of smoke. So
So it just sounds like me.
Yeah. Basically.
Look,
All right.
I
So we're voting. Do we think we can get anything useful from him, or are we?
I don't think we'll get anything useful.
I vote.
mean,
I vote give him to Grace.
Yeah, I vote give him to. I vote give him to Isabella and Grace.
I mean,
I just want to try out this charm
Yeah,
of great
yeah.
fondness.
Do whatever
once.
you want.
Yeah,
But I'm just gonna vote. There's no use keeping him around or alive long term.
Mm-hmm.
oh, long term, no.
we can try.
No, no, no,
We
no,
can
no.
try out. We can try out the charm. See if that helps.
Yeah, for sure. If we can get something out of him, cool. But I don't think it's going to be pivotally useful more than what we have already established from his position, what happened, and the poisoning and the fact that he's a government worker and all that. We kind of understand what's happening here. We don't know the the reasoning for it. If we can get that, why this island? Why poison them? Or was this just this dude's sick hobby and he had some other reason for being on the island? That would be nice to know.
Yeah, he couldn't remember the person that he came to the island with, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. Couldn't
Like
remember
the
or
person he
chose
came
not
to the
to
island
remember.
Or
with
wouldn't.
originally.
The other people couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think he has said that he couldn't remember.
Oh, so he lied, pretty much. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
of
see how
course
this
he
is gonna
did.
go. I see how this is gonna go.
Right. So I think we're mostly in agreement. We can let Isabella do what she needs to do, what she wants to do. And if anything useful comes out of it, but we're not keeping him alive or around after that.
We are gonna be the most infamous
All
pirate
right.
pirates.
Object honeypot. Let's go.
I just read the description of the spell and
So can can we have the time pass like a long rest so I could have this spell equipped?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
check a setting real quick to see if I can figure out why long rests aren't healing.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already had a long rest prior to.
Yeah, we probably had two decent rests.
But we need to switch around our spells. Is the point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't say that. I'm not gonna metagame and be like, oh, suddenly I did this because.
hmm.
No.
Oh,
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, that's why. So injuries weren't healing because I had the slow natural healing
Ah,
option turned on
Oh.
for some reason. I might have been misclick. It's supposed to be using healing surges, which allow you to heal in the midst of fights
Mhm.
if you make a successful check. So now let me do. All right, so it'll be the next morning. Vernon is frying up some fish that have been caught in the early morning fishing that was happening. The ship is still, Grace, if you're um, checking on that, it's still maintaining the course as the person kind of switches out with you for you to be able to take over, or somebody else.
Sure. If I need to
Isabella,
optimize the course, do I need to roll something?
at the moment you don't have to, but once
Okay.
everybody's like eating and moving and doing their thing, you and Ray can make each an appropriate um, roll for what you're doing, either star map or for you making water vehicles.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know why Chuck is saying party's taking a long rest, but he informed you, I guess.
Good job,
Hit.
Chukka.
Thank
Come
you,
on,
Chucka.
die. Hit. There you go.
Yeah, that was a weird dice roll. It took a minute.
What is happening? Why does it look like Giuseppe has Ray's head?
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
It
I
looks
see
like
that.
he repeated my question. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's very
I
strange.
I accidentally, I think my finger slipped.
Okay.
A lot of slipping fingers. Where are we slipping them, boys?
Um.
Ugh.
Just to
Um.
remind, this character's name is Grace.
Yeah, Grace, go ahead and
Uh,
make a water vehicle roll for me, please.
you got it.
And then wash yourself.
In the sins of everyone here. No. Okay.
Nice.
At
You're
24,
welcome.
24. Minor adjustments, nothing that you're really off course, just kind of little corrections that you make to kind of go a little bit
Adjust
quicker.
the heading.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cut
Trim the
a little bit of
sails.
time off. Um,
Yeah.
while so I would put the two of you up here. Just kind of get everybody kind of roughly where you're at. Where are Flynn, Simon, and Giuseppe?
Uh,
um,
I would say Flynn was just like in the middle deck. Like he was posted at the table after the discussion, kind of just took a nap there, like trying to keep one eye, like one ear out and open for in case he needs to be anywhere in particular.
Hmm.
Okay.
uh,
I am
I'm
performing poorly today. I didn't sleep well.
performing for the people.
Yeah, just performing.
I'm probably gonna put
Kind
Giuseppe
of a
in
somber
the
song.
workshop.
All right. So Isabella, or you make your way down to the lower deck where Magellan is appears to be sleeping.
Oh, Biscuit has not done his job then.
Is
Biscuit was supposed to make sure
Appears to
he
be.
was awake all night.
All night long.
Bi- Biscuit Biscuit comes over and is like, "You taste bad."
I know, baby. I
He
know.
did his best.
You tried. I appreciate it. Is isn't Grace coming to question
Yep,
too?
I just did the minor adjustments. I've looped on the
Hmm.
ropes to keep it holding still. Appointed there was the gentleman, I'm not sure what his name was, that was watching it overnight. So I will run down the ship.
So, Valis, I don't have the little expand option on the spell, so I'm not 100% sure how to cast it. He's supposed to make a wisdom saving throw.
Interesting. So it didn't populate it. Okay, hold on. Give me a second, and I will do that. Okay, type. Okay, so there's that. So there's the save. Um, Duration is 1 hour. There we go. So you should have it now. So you should be able to target him and cause that. Rolled a 6 total. I don't think that beats your 14. So what do you do as you come up and you cast this? You and Grace coming down the stairs. He's kind of laying there.
I'm gonna loop one of my arms in Grace's arm, like connect as the elbows.
Aw.
Hmm.
This is Mission Honeypot, so before leaving the top deck, I may or may not have unbuttoned a couple of buttons in my shirt, so the girls are on display just a little. You know,
Mamma mia.
the assets. I mean, if a man's gonna die, he needs to see his best view, right? So,
Last meal.
last
Right.
meal, indeed.
Oh.
I was worried about people eating the captain. Wrong cat.
Hmm.
Hello. Oh no. Wiggles, no. Is he not gonna respond to a hello?
Oh, is that hello to him? I thought you were
Yes.
talking to Wiggles.
No. Wiggles thought I was talking to Wiggles as well, but Wiggles was wrong.
He's like,
So,
good morning, my dearest. How are you?
not so well.
Oh,
I didn't sleep real well.
that is
I
awful.
had such a hard time sleeping because you didn't answer my questions. I had to rely on my best friend Grace for comfort. I'm gonna give Grace a hug and a kiss on the cheek and stare at him with like the big sad eyes.
Oh, my dear, how could I have made you so upset? Oh, please, don't be angry.
Well, I might be able to feel a little bit better if you just answer some of my questions and my friend Grace's questions as well.
Oh,
Could you do that for us?
that would make you feel better.
It really would. And I like run my finger along his nose and like boop the end of it.
Okay.
I titter just a little bit. And I don't think I've had the pleasure. What's your name, sir?
I am Magellan. Pleasure to meet an acquaintance of the lovely Isabella.
Hmm. And is that your full name, just Magellan, or is that a surname?
Oh, just Magellan.
Just Magellan. First name Just, last name Magellan, or?
Uh, just Magellan.
So, Magellan, we were graced so much with your presence. But what caused you to come visit us on that little island?
Oh, you see, horrible thing. It was an island of escaped pirates. I was told to go there and weaken them for their capture.
Oh no.
Escape
I'm glad
pirates.
Yes.
So dangerous.
Very
They had to
dangerous.
send a big, strong man. And you were very strong.
Grace begins twirling a strand of her hair. So strong.
Mm-hmm. Look at all the muscles.
Doing what I can.
So you were only there to look for pirates, nothing else? Because I heard a rumor that you were looking for something and you sent it off to, what was his name again, Grace?
I think it was something like Garp? Carp. It was something carp, I think.
Garp. Bastard Garp.
Bastard Garp. Is that his name?
Might
What
as
hold
well
would he
be.
have over you?
Oh, he sticks his nose where it doesn't belong. Sends out orders to do things. Is reckless. Cares not for actually keeping the pirates under control. Lets them go and do what they wish.
Well, we don't care about this Mr. Carp character. We only care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But I heard you sent him something, and I like presents.
Uh,
If I wanted to go get what you sent him, what am I looking for?
Oh, while I was there, in a cave, I found a piece of stone with carvings on it. Couldn't read it. But I told my
Was it
captain.
sparkly?
Was it like a picture book?
No. It's a slab of something. Like it's broken off.
Oh.
It had symbols on it. I
Hmm.
told
So
my
there weren't
captain,
any
and
pictures?
next thing I know, Garp is taking possession of it.
Boo, he's just a bad fish, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely a bad fish. Such a bad carp.
But you're a good boy, aren't you? Do you think you could draw the symbols that were on it? You could draw me a picture so I could remember it and you forever.
I could try, yes.
I'll giggle, walk away to the other room where the kind of, I guess that's the workshop for. No, I guess that's the kitchen. I'll walk over to the kitchen, grab a scrap of paper and some a
Some
pencil.
charcoal,
Yeah,
probably.
charcoal,
I don't
pencil.
want him having anything sharp.
No, he gets like chalk or charcoal or whatever I can find. Berry juice, if that's what it takes. I don't know, something.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, Mr. Juspel Magellan. There you go. He can still, his shackles are out in front of him, so he can move around with himself tied up.
Okay. He will. He like is trying to like draw as best he can. And what you end up with is, let's see if he can, how well he does.
It's like a crude drawing from a kindergartner.
Yeah,
But it's such a pretty picture. You did so good.
yeah,
Do
but
you
it's
want to try again?
so it's. I mean, you don't know if it's right or not. Like that's the thing. Like you didn't see the original, so you don't know how accurate it is. This is what he makes you.
Right.
So it looks pretty much like this. And let me see. Hold on a second.
Out here making a prison official draw a crude drawing of some obscure tablet.
Right.
Ah, man. Acting like an airhead is so tiresome. Okay.
So it's gonna be like super small. I'll put it in the text chat for Terra in Discord.
Okay. Okay.
It's just 4 symbols.
Crudely scribbled onto a napkin.
Yeah.
Justice for Wiggles. I see you, Stan.
And he says, after I found it, I sent it to the captain, and then Garp showed up and took it.
Carp is such a meanie, isn't
I
he?
know.
What
If
a
not
bad
for him,
fish.
I'd still be an impel down. Instead, he wanted the pirates living on that island weakened and killed.
Hmm.
Do you remember the names
I-
of the pirates that you were supposed to, like, weaken?
He's gonna, yeah. Oh, yes, there were some that were named, but they were all pirates that were living there. There was, yeah, I think there was, an Emil, a Morganta, Davian, I remember. Those were some of them that were supposed to be there. A man named Commoner.
Well, I think we have more than a few commoners on this boat. Or that was
Must be
his
a
name.
common name.
A common name. Sweet Christ. Okay. In character. So we have Emil, Morganta, Damien, and who else? Commoner?
Commoner and Ernst. Whoever. He was very particular about Cyrus. That's all I remember that asshole saying. He said they were all pirates, snuck away and escaped from a prison on one of the neighboring islands.
You don't feel that it was too much to poison all those poor people just to get these, like, 5 pirates?
The whole island is pirates.
Oh,
Oh no.
I didn't know that.
And
We met
Yes.
pirates.
That's why we
we're
were
so
sent.
lucky you came along.
It's true. We're so glad that you're here, Magellan. You're gonna make sure we're safe, aren't you?
Yes. It's what we
You'd
do as
never be
Marines. We
scared of those
protect the
pirates.
citizenry by keeping pirates at bay.
And who told you they were all pirates?
Garp's orders. Whole
Mm,
island.
Mr. That
Mm,
big mean carp. He's so mean. I can't believe he would do such a thing.
terrible.
It's terrible.
if
They
you're
were all
not s-
pirates.
Mm. So if you're not scared of all those pirates, what are you scared of? What's your deepest fear?
Oh, I don't know. Really just never being seen by somebody, I guess. Complex, and they never talk to me. They look at me funny.
Why would they look at you funny? Is it because your big manly beard?
It's very well kept. Brings his
It
hands up.
is. Mm.
They're jealous of your strong arm muscles and big, strong chest.
That's right. Just don't want to talk to me.
That's a
It's
shame.
because they're jealous.
They're definitely jealous.
Just kind of sitting there.
Still twisting my hair around. I'm looking kind of down and over to the side, just away from him not making his eyes contact anymore. So, Magellan, did the government tell you that those were were all pirates? Did you see them on posters?
And orders from Fleet Admiral Garb.
Okay.
He, the whole island escaped pirates
Wow. There must have been a
to
lot
be
of
dealt with.
bounties.
I don't deal with that. Only given orders.
Well, Mr. Carp sent you there, and he told you to capture them all or kill them all because of them being escaped pirates, and then Mr. Emils and Morgantha and Damien and a bunch of commoners. What a terrible name, commoner. So common.
There must be a big family of pirates. I don't know.
And between you and I, there's a couple of children up there named Child.
Are they children or just some of those, some of the tinier people? They could be adults and dangerous.
A full-grown adult named Child? Who would do such a thing?
No one would expect it.
Just like the Spanish Inquisition.
Terrible time.
What is Spain?
But a bunch of child pirates.
Adult pirates that are named Child. Just so bad. Okay. Well, Mr. Magellan, just Magellan, do you need anything? Are you hungry? Are you cold? Do you want some soothing music? What could make your day brighter?
Oh, yeah, B.
Where we're going, I just need to report back. Get back to Impel Down, where my job really is important. Keeping the most dangerous pirates from wreaking havoc on the civilized islands.
Oh, I mean, only someone as strong as you would be able to do such a dangerous job.
So brave.
And so strong.
Mm-hmm.
So, Grace still playing with her hair.
Are you letting me go?
I mean, I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, what do you need?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what we need. I'm very confused. I mean, I was told that you were the bad guy and that the pirates weren't pirates but just regular people. So I'm very confused about the whole thing.
The pirates. The pirates.
But also yesterday when we were talking, you said a lot of mean things. Essentially just you were gonna capture us and put us in jail or even hang us. I don't want a noose as a necklace. I like shiny pretty things.
Oh, you deserve all of that. Not the death stuff, the shiny necklaces, sorry. No, well, I don't want to do that. I just want to be in my office and make sure prisoners stay where they belong. If you showed up there, I could give you the comfiest room. I would hate for you to get captured, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be captured either. Cells and bars are just not the look for me. I like exploring the world and putting my feet on the grass.
Oh, yes.
I don't know the first thing about prison.
It's not a pleasant place for pirates, so you should not go.
But then we never get to see you, Magellan.
Oh, it's true.
I mean, don't you want to live a long, happy, as I rub my hand up his arm? healthy life.
Whisper it in his ear.
Oh, yes, I would. That's true.
Well, we can't have those scary, dirty pirates doing anything bad to you. What a loss.
Oh,
At any point, do I need to roll for performance for this?
sure, if you want to.
Or persuasion, maybe?
For its
Charismatic.
persuasion, yeah. Persuasion is what you're basically doing.
Okay. Do I get any advantage because of the spell charm?
Sure. Since you're friends with,
Awesome.
yeah, that would kind of carry over, I would say.
Let's see. Oh,
Yeah, not that you needed it, but yeah.
no. No. Well, is there anything else that you think we should know but you're not allowed to tell us?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
if I mean, you could just if you just put a dinghy boat in the water, they'll pick me up in a few hours.
But then you're gonna
How would
chase
they know
them.
where you are?
Oh, they're listening in with the snail in my beard.
Oh. Can I touch it?
Sure.
I'm gonna stroke his. Ugh. I'm gonna
I'm
I'm gonna let
stroke
Grace
his beard.
touch his beard.
You just stroke his arm, I'll touch his beard.
There is a transponder snail in his beard.
Oh my. It's just so big.
Do you have any other secrets? I'm gonna whisper that in his ear and kind of like bite on the lobe.
I never really liked the lasagna on Thursdays in the cafeteria. But I don't tell them because I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Rightfully
That's so
so.
sweet of you.
It's so kind of
Just
you not
sexy
to
as
be
perk up.
mean.
You don't like a lasagna.
That's your
Sense.
deepest, darkest secret?
Um,
Not even like passwords or special codes that the government tells you? You can think of them in your big, big brain.
Twirling finger on his arm and
he'll
chest.
list off like he'll list off his passcodes that he uses to try and when he's going in and out of Impel Down. I don't know if they'll work for you. I wouldn't try to say them, but that's what they are. They don't like us to say them out loud.
Okay.
Well, is it okay if I can hang on to your cute little beard snail?
Oh, sure, yes. That's fine.
Proceeds to tuck said snail in between cleavage. I'm gonna keep it nice and warm right here.
Okay.
They just hear a heartbeat on the other end.
And you don't have any other snails on you or any special items that you keep secret?
He holds up like he's wearing like some glove, like these metal gauntlets. And like there's these.
What are those? Those are shiny.
They're my gauntlets. The backings of the fingers and the back of the hand is sea prism. In case there's an unruly prisoner.
So you can beat people with them.
Nice. But we wouldn't be able to get them off because he has the sea prism cuffs on him.
Right
and
now,
they
yeah.
would be too big to fit, I think, anybody in our party. Because
He's a big boy.
he's I'm
Right.
part giant, I believe.
But it's not like we couldn't tinker him around and take like
Yeah.
Poor
If nothing
The
else,
science
it's
is
C
there.
prism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or wait till he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything else you want to ask him?
I don't know that I could think of anything else. I'm so mesmerized by all of his muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Glum, 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 oh.
Welcome back, Tingo.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry. We have to step away for a minute. Are you sure you don't want anything to eat? Mr. Burning's been cooking up quite a storm in the kitchen.
And I've heard they have pickled fish, which I think is your favorite.
Oh, sure, I can eat that.
Okay, we'll make sure to send somebody right over with some. Okay. I will like turn around, kind of still ditzy, head bopping side to side, very dumb chic. Walk up the stairs and back up to the next deck.
Okay.
Thank you so much for talking with us. I will see you later.
Oh, it was so good
And
to
I'll
see
blow
you.
him a kiss.
Oh, he's like does like an anime faint thing.
Good nosebleed.
Okay.
Yeah, a
nosebleed.
nosebleed. Ugh.
Oh. So that snail still has tracking on it, even if it is in your cleavage.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
Can I ask, because I'm not super familiar with the One Piece universe, the snails tend to look like the person connected to it, right?
Correct.
So
It's
at the
it's
other end,
dependent.
okay, I was wondering if at the other end this snail just looks like a pair of tits.
That
No,
would be
it takes a while to adapt.
yeah. It
To
takes
the
time to
So
other.
adapt.
eventually
I
it'll
mean,
turn
they
into
are
a pair of...
prodigious. I will give you that, but I'm pretty sure that it would take some time to
Okay,
manifest as a. Yep.
that's all I wanted to know.
Yep. I'm going to put a picture of Mr. Magellan here in the sidecar. But yeah, basically kind of one normal, one like metal bat wing, the special gloves, you know, oddly pointy little feet. Doesn't make any sense. Just,
Mm-hmm,
yep.
mm-hmm.
Is there
He's
any way to deactivate like the tracking on the transponder snail?
Crush it.
So you don't know a
What's
whole
Darn
lot
the
snail.
about
snail?
snails or different kind of snails.
Right.
So
Would someone with would an artificer be able to now?
Sounds like something I could figure out, right? Oh,
I'll
I mean, like
pluck the
I've worked.
transponder snail out of my cleavage and plop it on the desk for Giuseppe to look over.
And I'm going to mention he's wearing gauntlets that have that sea prism stuff in them. Do you want to take them after we off him? Modify them a little bit?
Maybe I see if I can do something with that. What's it the snail
Hmm.
for? Is it for mangiare?
It was another snail found on his person. I think Flynn, did you grab the first one or was this the
Yeah.
same one?
Flynn has no, it's a different one. Flynn has a different
Okay.
one.
Flynn is
I think
currently
the snails are
snoring,
kind of
laying his
handy.
head at the desk. He didn't wake up yet.
Okay.
He's still knocked the hell out.
is it? So this is a transponder snail that looks that. This is what it is. It looks like
Are we getting it in sidebar or in app?
I don't know that I really want to post that. So it's a kind of transponder snail. It is the snail itself is very small, and the entire thing is like solid black, like it like just like his beard hair color was, and his outfit. So it was like meant to be
The
hidden.
camo. Right.
Yeah. So it's probably the size of like a pocket watch.
Hmm Yes.
Okay.
versus one that's uh, maybe like the size of a grapefruit, which is roughly what the one that Flynn got initially.
Okay. Yeah, Giuseppe starts like having a little investigative tinker
Look,
with it
see.
and such. I assume because I've worked in this universe that I'd have some familiarity with this communication system. Like maybe I've had to take orders or something through it or something like that.
I mean, I doubt that you would have dealt with them. They're not. They're semi-common, but they're not like cell phones. Imagine
So
them like,
the manager would have it, sort of kind of.
yeah, like
Okay.
there were probably 2 transponder snails on the whole island where you lived. The
Right.
shipwright manager, because he deals with setting up shipments for everything else that comes in and
Yeah.
out,
And the
and
It's like the
mayor.
mayor.
and the mayor. Like, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. So I'd know that they exist. I'd be familiar with them. Maybe I've heard somebody talk on
Yeah,
one, but like,
Here's
you
the
know
little
that.
itty bitty black one in the sidecar.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll do some like exploratory
Oh
artificer
yeah, thank you.
surgery with it and see if I can. Is there something you guys want me to do with that specifically, or just
Find out if
otherwise?
it's actively tracking or just listening.
Okay.
I think at that size, I think it could do one or the other, not necessarily both.
Exactly. Yeah.
The bigger they are, the more power they have.
You could make
So
a roll to see if you know. This is going to be
Arcana.
it wouldn't
Arcana,
be
insight.
Arcana. So I would allow, because these are naturally occurring creatures, right?
Hmm.
Right. They're not
So I would
magical.
allow either nature, um, history, or it would honestly probably just be either nature or history
Okay. I can uh
to know some information about.
I can do a history check.
Mhm.
I did that thing where it didn't roll again. Oh no, there it is. Okay.
15.
a little
Um,
delayed.
so transponder snails, they're small when they're young. They grow as they get older. Um, you know that they are naturally occurring, but are also at the same time altered by companies, government, whatever, to have boosted functionality. Um, not in a way that like hurts them, because it's not them that's being altered. It's they're being given extra equipment, so to speak.
Okay. It's like a combination of eugenics and cybernetics.
It, kind of. It's I don't wouldn't necessarily say. I guess that's kind of how they function. But a 15, one this small would be very young. You wouldn't imagine that it's sending a signal much, like, you don't think
Right.
ones this small can send signals from island to island. So if this is broadcasting to something that's receiving, it's relatively close.
Okay. It would have to be something on the ship, probably, or nearby.
Further than that, like
Couple
relatively
miles,
close,
but
like,
not.
yeah,
So like a secretly trailing ship might be able to pick
Yeah.
this up, but I,
right.
I I tell everybody maybe go look on the horizon, see if you can see a ship out there picking up a signal, but otherwise, no.
And
That
Alright.
storm was getting awfully close. We couldn't
Mm,
see into it. Hmm. I do
with
think we need to talk to the members of the island from the elders and ask about Emil, Morganta, Damien, etc.
Oops. Mm,
Also, just FYI, if I answer to a meal, I played a character at my LARP named that. Uh,
Fair enough.
apologies in advance.
but I think right there is a good place to stop. You've gotten some information from them. You've all come back up into the grouped area, and you've got some information. You've got a snail. You've got some things to
mhm.
plan. Um, 2 weeks from now is looking good for everybody
Yep.
still.
I think so.
That should be okay.
Then we will shoot for 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 weeks from today.
That time.
So the
That
first.
channel. Yes.
Yes, the
Okay.
first in America. I don't know what day that is in Australia. The second. Second.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming to
1st.
play. Yep, it's October
Hooray.
1st. Thank you everybody. Hope you had a great session. And
Go.
Yeah, thank you for hosting again.
mhm.
Oh, next month is a triple. The 1st, the 15th, and the 29th, potentially.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Oh
Mhm.
man, 29th, I could run a One Piece Halloween episode for you.
Yay! That would be so much fun.
Oh, we're going to
I'm
Thriller
down.
Bark. I'm kidding.
I
Oh no.
That's
I
that's a
set
big
the
jump.
mists up early. I didn't, but it's in the wrong place. Oh man, Thriller Bark. Do Thriller Bark. Replace the main bat guy with Strahd, but everybody's a Muppet. There you go. That's the.
Oh no.
Phenomenal.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.